Normal consumer here. Today, let's discuss fast charging. And I'm sure everyone knows what it is or at least heard of it, but how does it work? Is all fast charging the same? What makes one device's fast charging better than the next? Well, let's dive in and find out. But first, as usual, if you learn something new, if I can make you chuckle before the end of this video, if you like how I'm rocking, or if you just like my vibe, then go ahead, like and subscribe. While you're at it, hit the bell icon too to turn on notifications. That way, ding, you know when I upload something new. This is the part where I usually say back to it. But first, a little disclaimer. As usual with videos like this, I am just sharing what I have learned with you all. Hopefully you learn something after watching this video that you will share with others. And of course, I'm not an expert. In fact, I'm a normal consumer. And because of that, I will leave the sources I use for this video down below in the description. Okay, now back to it. First, let's imagine that you get ready for an out in town. You come in straight from work, or maybe you didn't even have a chance to stop by the house first. Either way, your phone is sitting at 20%. That battery anxiety is beginning to kick in. And we all know that anxiety. Thankfully, manufacturers now, and for a long time actually, have been making phones with fast charging technology. Nowadays, you can put your phone on the charger for 30 minutes and come away with an extra hour or two of battery life, maybe more, depending on what phone you're using. But this is the magic, unfortunately, and we all love magic. I know I do. It's actually science which makes this amazing feature possible. So how does it work, you ask? Well, we've all heard of amperage, aka amps, and voltage before. These two measurements are used to measure the output of a charge. Amperage is the amount of electricity flowing from the battery to the connected device. This device can be your phone, your tablet, laptop, etc. Amperage can also be known as the current. This current is measured in volts, aka voltage. When you multiply amps by volts, you get wattage. So, for example, if you take a 5 volt and multiply it by 2.4 amps, you get a 12 watt charger. Pretty simple math. Wattage is the amount of electricity the battery outputs, kind of like horsepower from an engine. So knowing this is nice, right? And I know you're probably thinking, okay, just tell us how fast charging works. Ask and ye shall receive. So let's get into it. Pretty simple, actually. Charging a battery with fast charge tech comes in 2 phases, just like the Infinity Saga. In the first phase, fast chargers turn up the voltage to increase charging speeds. Once the battery is mostly charged up, the fast charger begins to decrease the voltage. That's phase 2. Decreasing this voltage keeps the battery from overheating or overcharging. Straightforward. And it's super appreciated considering I don't want my miniature supercomputer exploding on me. So shout out to manufacturers for not letting our batteries explode in our pockets. So here are some numbers to give a bit of a better picture. Standard USB 3.0 ports output a level of 5 volts over 1 amp for smaller devices. For bigger devices like smartphones, tablets, laptops, etc., manufacturers can tweak the voltage from 5 volts to 9 volts or even up to 12 volts. And if more power is still needed, manufacturers can also increase the amperage to 3 or higher. More power, more power. So now that you know this, you can just start using fast charging willy-nilly, right? Not exactly. See, you have to make sure you have a couple of things first. One, make sure your device is fast charge compatible, which isn't hard. Most modern day smartphones, tablets, laptops, etc. support fast charging. But the speeds each support varies. For example, the iPhone 13 Pro Max supports up to 20 watts of fast charging. Maybe more according to some sources. I'll leave a link for that down below. Secondly, you need to make sure you have a charger which can deliver enough power, obviously. Now look, when I used to sell phones, accessories were what really got us paid. And I always make sure that I pitched extra chargers, especially with iPhones. Back in the day, the regular iPhone chargers only gave you 5 watts of power. A lot of people still have these old-ass chargers. As a result, customers never were able to actually take advantage of the higher speeds of their new iPhone, which is a shame. I remember a time I had a customer come in. She was upgrading from iPhone 7 to iPhone 12. As usual, I pitched a better charger, and she replied by saying she did use her old charger. But she was correct. But remember, the iPhone 12 didn't have the block in the box. I simply told her, you can do that, but it'll take you a lot longer to charge your battery than it should. After some back and forth, she realized I wasn't trying to rip her off, and she was like, yeah, you're right. Let me get the better charger. It's pretty straightforward. It's a good decision. So now we know what fast charging is, how it works, and what is needed to take advantage of it. But is all fast charging the same across the board? Unfortunately, no, not at all. That would make life too easy. There are many different fast charging technologies out there. You have Qualcomm Quick Charge, USB Power Delivery, Samsung Adaptive Fast Charging, Apple Fast Charge, Motorola Turbo Power, MediaTek Pump Express, OnePlus Dash/Warp Charge, Oppo VOOC/Super VOOC. As a side note, OnePlus and Oppo share each other's technology. They are sister companies after all. And then there's Supercharge from Huawei. These are just some of the major charging standards. Now, there are some phones which support up to a relatively pedestrian 20 watts like the iPhone 13 Pro Max, maybe a bit more. Check the link below. The Galaxy S22 Ultra supports up to 45 watts, which is better. Phones from Chinese brand Xiaomi have some phones which can charge up to 67 watts. Again, this is better, right? But then from the same company, you have some absolutely insane charging speeds, like up to 120 watts with the company's hypercharged fast charger. Xiaomi, how and why? I know why. We don't like moving slow. The Xiaomi 12 Pro supports up to 120 watt charging. According to the company, that phone can go from 0% to 100% in 18 minutes. Now remember, back at the beginning of this video, the little scenario of getting ready to go out of town, you remember? This phone could potentially go from 0% to 100% before you're even done getting ready, which is absolute insanity. And I love it. Oh, I love it. There are even some manufacturers which have phones that support faster charging. Oppo's that manufacturer. Its Super VOOC fast charging technology gives phones like the OnePlus 10T the ability to charge up to 150 watts. My God. And the damn charger is included in the box. But that is a story for another day. Let me not get charged up. Okay, I could literally go on for about an hour if I covered everything. For that reason, remember the links I use are in the description below if you want to go more in depth. But I hope you all enjoyed this video. I definitely enjoyed making it and learning about all of this, especially the crazy charging speeds some phones can support. These Chinese brands are on a whole nother level, guys. But that brings us to the end of this video, and I'm going to repeat this again. If I had made you chuckle before the end of this video, if you learned something new, if you like how I'm rocking, or if you just like my vibe, then go ahead, like, subscribe. And while you're at it, hit that bell icon